So this is a sealed garden update. Um, this is my little private space, and I grow things here that just bring me joy. Things that I like to look at, just like any, kid would have a little, you know, science experiment. These are mine. These are things that I like to view and get a kick out of. So I sealed these gardens at least 5 months ago. And that's the big one back there. And they're doing pretty good. They all have things in them. They're all growing. They all have their different layers. Some more successful than others. This one is the most successful. I could actually live in there. It's so beautiful. It had a spider in there who were eating the little gnats that had lived. I don't know if the spider is still alive in there. I can move it around just to see. A bit of condensation. But I don't see, well, from here, the spider. But they do definitely, oh, look at those bugs in there. That's interesting. It's so cool. I'm not gonna open it. I'm just gonna let it be. But yeah, it does what it wants to do. And so there's this one here, and this one, which has like clove in there, clover, a little fake purple plant. But it lives down here. And then I have these two here, which they're just really cool. And I can tell you about some other stuff here. So these plants here are birds of paradise that I brought back from the Philippines. I have two at work and I have two here. And these two here, unlike the ones at work, which sprouted from the roots, the actual cuttings here actually grew, which is amazing. They're doing really good. The two leaves that are coming out nice and shiny and healthy, and I look forward to seeing this survive until next spring, when I can probably plant it in a bigger pot and grow it outside for the season. So stay tuned for that. And then I have these African violets here, which I've had for many years. They're just kind of like chilling right now. It's the winter, it's the fall time. They're inside. They may sprout if the temperature warms up a little bit in this room, but other than that, they just kind of chill, and every so often you'll get some nice purple blooms off of them. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're very healthy. I just tear leaves off the side when it gets a little too big for the pot, and it keeps doing what it wants to do. This here is one of my prized possessions. This is a calamansi. It's like a lemon lime type of fruit, citrus fruit that I brought back from the Philippines. And it is There we go. It's growing. It's small, but it's growing. It's the little one seed that I have that survived, and I'm just babying it so that I can eventually have a nice, beautiful citrus plant that may never produce fruit, but who knows? It'll be just a joy to grow and experience. Also have this orchid here, which it's alive. It's putting out roots. It was a gift, and I just decided to keep it, and I have it in these containers here. It's not a lot of water in there. It looks like it, but it's not. It's just for humidity's sake. I might need to change it out for some bark for a little bit more nutrients. It's in like that stagnant moss now, which I don't know if that's the proper thing to have it growing in. So I need to replace that, and then maybe it'll do a little better. And this is that Scheffler's plant thing. I wanted to bonsai it and keep it small, so I'm going to continue to force it to grow into this small pot, and then rip out the growing tip eventually, and force it to put all of its growth into the stem to just beef up the stem a little bit, and then have a little bonsai. Hopefully the leaves get smaller, because this can get ginormous. I want to scale down the leaves, and you do that by periodically defoliating it and forcing it to miniaturize itself, and it will do it if you just do it gradually. And so that's the goal with that. But these are just little pet projects that I have going on. I have them on a timer near the window in my room. That's a pepper plant that I'm trying to sprout. I had one seed from the Philippines. It was what is it called? Carolina Reaper pepper that they were growing there, and I just took one of the seeds and I wanted to grow it. But yeah, so those are the seal gardens. That's like 6 months of growth, and things are still alive and growing in there. These little environments are awesome. It's like little worlds. And you see I grew this one in one of these iced tea things from Walmart, and it works perfectly. I just sealed up the hole of the spout, and yeah, and it's crystal clear, so you can see in there very, very nicely, and it was really inexpensive, maybe like $10. And these ones here are great. I got them from a thrift store for like 90 cents a piece. This one was like $5.99. That one was free. It was from Garlic. So they're awesome, and they will be awesome gifts for a kid who is into nature. Say you make it with the kid, that's fun. But if you give them this as a gift, I think a kid who was really into nature, or a person who had an office with the window, that's a perfect, like, weird gift. If somebody gave me a sealed garden as a gift, I would treasure it and wanted to keep it alive, which is nothing really to do but to give it light and make sure that it maintains some level of moisture. I thought I saw the spider in there, but I don't. But yeah, so just a brief little update of this small oasis that brings me an abundance of joy. It's the small things that count, and again, these plants do make me happy. And these look like regular light bulbs, but they're not. They're this one is, I think, LED. I know that one. Oh, no, they're not LED. I don't know what those are. There are some bulbs that I got. There we go. That's a good shot. And they give out enough light. Even though everything looks green, it's not really growing. It's the wintertime. These are growing, which is great. That's what I wanted. I might add another light up there eventually and hang it down so I get a little bit more light in here. But again, this is not for mass production or anything like that. This is just to have this small oasis of plants, which I enjoy looking at. So yeah.